So the local here as well?
Yeah.
Same thing?
Not as well, but
same,
yeah.
same thing, right?
Yeah.
How much is, I mean, I listened to it a while ago, but how much is costing that?
What? 90.
90 for us, and it was taking more ago. How did you make it? What was your work? How did you make it up to Poland?
Robin, if you want to come over and listen, you could come over.
But it's for the kids, right? Give each other.
Because then your voice is probably like on the driveway. Come over and listen.
No. He's the real famous fire. Okay. I don't leave my hat anymore. I know, I'm saying that I was also saying that as an expression.
Yeah. It's very official, huh? This is what we do. Exactly. This is exactly what we're doing. Oh, okay, fine. So I'll have a little extra backup. Okay.
Tonight.
Everybody, usually I hire Hoodie, tonight he hired me. Yeah. Just saying, even when Mitzrayim brought down that also they would get together Friday night. It says talk Emunah, talk B'tach. Yeah, it was tough. It was Mitzrayim. It was claustrophobic. They didn't lose it. Half a week ago, I was on the phone with Yehuda, talking about a different event, and it's another event. He's doing Baruch Hashem a gorgeous job. He's not a Zamer, he's a Mazamer. And he said, what's happening with Ukraine? Yidden are suffering. There's Milchama. We have to do something. Everyone says we have to do something. Who actually does something? The few and far in between that actually do. And I was thinking about this event and the uniqueness of it. I'll tell you what it is. In World War II, I would say American Jewry fell short in a certain way. And that was indifference. Yeah, obviously there was Valatzola, right? Ron Kamenovich, Ryan Kotler, Blazer Silver. It was a big to-do. And Ishtadlus that went into saving so much Yiddishkeit, so much Yidden. But especially from the Yidden that were a little bit further away from Torah mitzvahs, there was a certain indifference. And when this war started in Ukraine, we're used to wars in Eretz Yisrael. It was again in the same place, the same Ukraine, the same Lvov, and the same Kiev, and all the places that we were, Premishlan, all the places that we, for us, are Shemus Kedoshim. Eden again were on the run, just the same as not too long ago. The question that I asked myself was, how are we reacting to it? What are we doing about it? And are we going to fall short, or are we going to excel? We're going to show the Rabban Shalom that we're not forgetting that we're also in Golos. I think that's everyone coming together. So people have things to do. It's Shabbos. There's preparations. Everyone has what to do. But people came together not for a concert. People came together. Yidden came together to sing, to daven. We know the Nagina, the Messiah Shalom explains, comes from the depths of your soul, from your very essence. That's what Nagina is. It's not just jumping up and down. It's not notes that come out of your mouth. It's your neshama. And for some, and I would say for most people, if not for all people, Nagina has a koyach service. We're not just coming here to party. We're coming here to connect. To connect to ourselves, to connect to the Rebbeinu Shalom, and to connect to Yidden who we're really part of one body that are even across the ocean. So Halavai, that the schus of Yidden coming together tonight, and the Nagina and the Soirus, we should be poiled. But very soon, we shouldn't just be Azam Rebegolis, we should be Mizmashir Chanukas Abayis. Be as girl tzedek, we should come together with the Simcha Vanachas. Shekoyach Huli, Shekoyach to Mendel. Enjoy.
Any song requests? Let's go okay. Okay, we're just taking song requests. Once we're getting ready.
Please keep the news stations out of here.
No news, but that's what it is for.
No, that's depressing. We're here to show. We're here to show the bunch of we're happy. You know why? Not because we know what it's going to be, but we're happy because no matter what happens, we have you. And that's what we're happy for. If you have technical difficulties, I'll keep that busy for another 2 seconds.
Yeah, keep for another 2 seconds.
Another 2 seconds.
Very
I want to share with everyone
helpful.
perspective. 2 months ago, my sister was in a very bad accident. I'm sure you heard of it in Long Island, in Woodmere. The driver of the car was my sister. She Baruch Hashem, I visited her on Shabbat. She gave me a piece of Google. That's a big practice. She's home. She's progressing beyond her. But I want to tell you something. When everything happened, just for the record, they pulled her out without a heartbeat, without a pulse. She was officially not here. 3 days later, it was first of all, Sunday, people started davening. It was hundreds and thousands of people, and right away you saw a shift. There was a kuvitz. People came together and also to sing, to talk to the Rebbeinu Shalom, but there at Shir, Malach Bidman says, explain why we sing by Yom Naroyim. What's the nusach? Malachim get scared when Yidden daven because we're so strong. We have to realize who we are. Yidden, B'nai Yisrael, B'nai Hashem. So we sing it. They stop singing. We let it go up. But anyway, we came together, and then we said Tillim, we said Nishma, and people were very sad. Very, very. It was very. The matzah wasn't good. It was very scary. It was shifting from. Eli Levin was playing over there, and I told him, Eli, we gotta up the mood. People are depressed. Not good. We started singing to Hodes Hashem, Ulazam L'Shuvel in Shlomo Kalman's version. The Olam got up, the Olam danced. We were besameach with the Rebbeinu Shalom, not because of a Yeshua, but because we have him no matter what. And having the Rebbeinu Shalom is a Yeshua in and of itself. I'm not exaggerating. 15 hours later, my sister was extubated. Beyond any expectation. Don't undermine the koyach of a Yid, the koyach of Emunah, the koyach of Bitochen, and the koyach of Simcha. That's our boys say, give it your all. The mitzvah must Yeshua's.
Thank you so much. We want to thank you for coming. Everyone has friends who are still on the way. Probably officially started. Doors open at 8:30, more or less. And now we have to opening the door to the building is relatively easy. The opening the door to the heart is a lot harder. So everyone could just. One of the quickest ways to do that is by silencing the phones, maybe turning the phones off completely. one way to open the doors to the heart, and through the nikudim and through the stories, it's the next way. So hopefully by the end of the evening we'll be in your Yerushalayim, which I'd like to introduce Mendel Kogel here on the left on the violin. Thank you for coming. Noah Solomon coming. I pulled him away from another gig. I appreciate it. One more little we're going to be joined for a minute remotely. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it in person with Rabbi Bleich from Ukraine, who's currently in New York, in Muncie, also New York. So have a little bit more meaning. What's going on? Anybody have any song requests? I need a Dodi. That's good. Just never else.
You know that?
Just know right here. So be careful. I do. Is the rabbi ready or? Okay, fine. I'm going to get one anyway.
אני לדודי, אני לדודי, ודודי לי האוהב בשושנים. אני לדודי, אני לדודי, ודודי לי האוהב בשושנים. אני לדודי, אני לדודי, לדודי לי האוהב בשושנים. אני לדודי, אני לדודי, לדודי לי הרועה בשושנים. לדודי, אני לדודי, אני לדודי לי, האוהב בשושנים. אוי, אני לדודי, אני לדודי, join me, ani לדודי, אני לדודי, ולדודי לי האוהב בשושנים. אני לדודי, אני לדודי, אוי לדודי
We have a privilege to have the chief rabbi of Ukraine, calling in the middle of literally saving lives, getting people out. They were working through Shabbos. Buses, people are trying, mamash fighting for their lives. And obviously, everyone should open their hearts and pockets, whatever anyone is able to help. For the Hatzalah. We're helping to Makabetz Mitzvah Yisrael, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Makabetz us also very soon. Rabbi Blythe, good job.
Good job, and thank you so much for calling me and allowing me to speak this Chosh B'Elam that came together to be Machazik and Eschazik. I can only tell you a few things, but I think some of the things that are giving me chizuk to be able to make it through these terrible and difficult days. First thing, I want everybody to understand that from the days of World War II, there was a matzav, but you had such a tremendous kehillah of Klal Yisrael, 360,000 Yidden living in Ukraine that are under sakana. Unfortunately, Putin announced, and today again, I'm saying before he said it, but now he announced it, that if the Ukrainians don't give in, he's going to wipe out the whole country of Ukraine, that the country will no longer exist, which is an open threat, and he already began it in a city like Kharkov. There's 40,000 Yidden living, and they're just dropping bombs and killing civilians. The same thing is going on in all the towns around Kiev, Irpin, Bucha, Vorzhel. I got calls, mamish, unbelievable earth-shattering things that make you crazy just to think about what's going on and how a thing like this can happen in our day. Baruch Hashem, that we're very lucky that we're able to get out thousands of Eden. And not only me, I'm talking about everybody that's working on evacuating. That we got out really thousands of Eden from cities that are under fire. But today, just Shabbos morning, something went out that they're evacuating Eden from Mariupol, and whatever happened, I don't know who exactly, but somebody went and burned all the buses that they were supposed to take the Eden out of. 5 buses got burned. You have to understand, it's an attack not against this person, that person. It's just an attack totally to get people out. However, there's always sunshine in the middle. So today, Baruch Hashem, there was a newborn child that was born 3 days ago, and this child had to be evacuated. So this morning, very early in the morning, I got a message if I'm able to help someone with make a payment in Ukraine. And Baruch Hashem, we made a payment. It was a very, very large payment to pay for an ambulance to evacuate a newborn child. I didn't understand at that point what was going on. I was just doing a favor to the people that asked me. So I made a payment, which is a very, very big payment. And it's like a Ukrainian quick pay. They have something very similar to quick pay there. And I made a payment for the guy. And then they took the ambulance. And then I asked them, where's this ambulance going? What's happening? They told me the ambulance is going from Odessa and has to pick up a newborn baby in Kiev and take the baby over to the border of Moldova. You're talking about a whole mamash, a big trip. Okay, I was very happy. 2 hours later, I get a call. They say that the ambulance are coming to pick up the baby, but they have no way to get the baby out of the city of Kiev. And the ambulance said, "B'shumay, I'm not going into the city of Kiev because it's too dangerous. So if we don't have someone to bring out the baby, it's going to be a problem." So I said, "Okay." I said, I have a van right now in front of my shul evacuating, and there's a family there, there's a woman that I know I can trust and everything else. So we're going to go pick up the doctor that's holding the baby and we'll take the baby out. A half hour later, so first the driver from the van that was taking him said he's not going anywhere until he has his military escorts. I had arranged for a military escort. He goes to the apartment. I get a call. A half hour later, the lady calls me. She says, "Rabbi Black, I thought the doctor's coming over with the baby. They threw the baby into my arms, closed the doors and said go." She was sitting there with her family, but Baruch Hashem, 3 hours later, she gave over the baby into the ambulance, and Motzai Shabbos, after I made a dollar, they were media me that Baruch Hashem, the baby got to the border and was being flown to Eretz Yisrael by a special plane for Bichrav Tola. You see, in all of these things, I was thinking to myself, there's a process that went into every single step of the way. So that this child, I don't know who this child is, that's not going to be easy for me to do it, but this child should survive everything bombing around and everything else. And somebody called me today about a mother that just gave birth to a child in a maternity hospital in Vorzel, a place that's totally occupied by the Russians. They put tanks inside the yard of the hospital so that nobody should shoot at the tanks. Because if they shoot at the tanks, they're gonna blow the hospital up also. The guy called me, says he's trying to get his wife out with the baby out of it. He has no idea what he can do, how I can help him. Even though we're in touch with people from the army to do such evacuations, dangerous evacuations, we do have people that do it. But still, a thing like this is like almost impossible, to do a thing like this. And Baruch Hashem, that Klal Yisrael is answering the call in a way that we should be able to be proud of ourselves as Eden. That Baruch Hashem, we're able to stick up for one another, save one another, go out there and feel that harvest that we have as Eden to one another. It's a tremendous, tremendous chesed for everybody. B'frat, we're dealing with a month of Adar, where everybody has to be happy. How we mesamech people when they lost everything they had. I was just on the phone right before this call, a family that came out of Ukraine with 5 kids. They don't have anything but the clothes on their backs. They were wearing those clothing. Somebody paid for them to stay in the hotel in Borough Park until Sunday. And one of the relatives called me and said, "Rabbi Bleich, they must move out tomorrow afternoon and they have nowhere to go." So I told them, we will have to try and find an apartment, somebody's going to take them in. They talk about they're trying to rebuild their lives, but they have nothing. I asked the lady, so let's make a cheshbon right now. How much money do we need? She said, we have to pay for the tickets that we brought them out. We have to pay for the bus that they were back with. This, that, they have $50,000. She said, listen, we're going to try and do something to help them. You have to understand, even though this is already beyond the border, and I was Makabel myself, and I'm going to try and help the people while they're in the border. But I told them this is going to have to be a separate thing. We'll try and raise money to help a thing like this. Talk about the opportunities for tzedakah to save people's lives, to help them rebuild their lives, to help them feel like they're a part of Klal Yisrael is something that I don't know when Klal Yisrael had these opportunities in the past.